Hello everyone, it's Yithra here, taking you through all the way, making your presentation interactive when delivering a presentation or training, whether the presentation is online or in person. It is important to make sure your audience are engaged. That's why we have tools like Mentimeter, Slido for better engagement during presentations. So in today's video, I want to show you what Slido is, how I actually use it when I'm delivering a webinar or presenting something in person, and lastly, how you can use Slido directly with your PowerPoint. You have to install an extension in your PowerPoint so you can use Slido direct with your PowerPoint. So first, let's take a quick look at what Slido is. If you go to online, slido.com website, you can open up an account just quickly and easily. You just need an email address and pop, you can go on. Start to create your own polls, your questions, and things that you would like to ask or have your audience participate in as a part of your presentation. All your users need to do is to go to the slido.com and enter the code which you get once you create an activity, so they can participate in the activity. They don't have to install anything in their computers or to download anything from their computers or tablets. All they need to do is open up a browser on their phones or tablets or some other devices and participate in my polls. Maybe I have an open-ended questions. You might have different type of questions like multiple choice questions, picture-based questions, etc. So for example here, maybe I have an open-ended question that I would like to ask to entire audience at the beginning or at the middle of my presentation. So this can be a great way to feel the pulse of your audience, see what people are thinking, even before you begin your presentation or going to the next subject or going to the next, very next slide. I'm going to hit this play button here, and you can see this is a question that I have created in advance. Now, in this example, I have actually had 14 participants already give me answers or participated in this case. And in the view mode here, it is what I would actually be sharing with my audience. It is going to look like this, so it's look incredible. I have got this texting telling people actually where to go and what to do in order to participate or join to this poll. I have a large QR code, so it is very easy for people to use their phone and jump into this right away. And the great thing about this tool is that everything updates in real time. And what I love to see is how people get excited as these words just popping up over time, either as more people enter to the poll and give their answers. It's always great to see what people are really thinking in any training or presentation. Now let's see how Slido has made it that much easier for us to integrate these polls, including the audience Q&A session, directly to the PowerPoint. PowerPoint slides with Slido extension just installed. Within the Slido PowerPoint extension is installed, I have access to all Slido tools and features here from within my presentation, so I can take an existing presentation with all of my slides and everything that I have prepared in advance. And then I can add Slido polls and questions, even an audience Q&A directly to my slides. And the great thing about this is that I no longer have to switch between my presentation and then switching back to the browser tabs where I would normally manage my Slido results and those Slido questions. So for example here is that exact question that I saw before. I have already added it into my slides. So if I go into presentation mode, and let's say this is a slide that I am talking about and I am discussing. All I need to do is advance to the very next slide, and it's going to open up this poll. So everyone who is viewing this, especially if I am doing this via webinar, I don't have a separate monitor. I don't need to hide a tab or another window. I can direct it to this question. Everyone can participate and give their answers. As the trainer or instructor, I can talk a little bit about the results here. Now, if I want to add an existing question or maybe create a new poll within my presentation, all I need to do is to go to the slide where I would like to it to be displayed afterwards, and then come over here to the little to the slide window. In this case, I'm going to choose an open text question. So maybe I'm going to ask something like, how would you describe our session today? How would you describe our session today? Okay, I'm interested to know what people think about our session today. Now we have several options here. Now I can choose if I want to allow for multiple answers. If I leave this unchecked, they are only going to permit one answer per participants. And I can also choose some options here, such as when I want those results to be shown, I'm going to say shown immediately. I'm going to click add to presentation, and here on the left hand side of my screen, which you are used to seeing your slide, I now have this question ready and waiting for me. Now if I want to go to my presentation view just like I saw earlier, it's automatically going to open up a Slido and then present this to my audience or the participants. So now everyone who joins this active poll can submit their answers and we can view them together. And myself as instructor can get some really valuable feedbacks. So how to use audience Q&A with Slido PowerPoint. So I'm just going to show you how to involve a Q&A within your PowerPoint. But audience Q&A session option, this allows me to drop an Q&A session wherever I need within the presentation, but it also allows my participants to ask questions throughout my presentation. So I'm just going to show you how to involve a Q&A within your PowerPoint. This allows me to drop an Q&A session wherever I need within the presentation, but it also allows my participants to ask questions throughout my presentations. So in this case, I have decided to put a Q&A slide. So it is actually in the middle of my presentation, so I can answer some questions while I'm delivering in the process of delivering the actual knowledge from the presentation. So before we continue on to the new subject matter, I can just pop in the questions and answers session. So once again, let's go to the presentation mode here, just to show you how seamless this will be. And when we get to this slide, it's gonna open up a Q&A tab so that everyone can see what others are thinking. So now, of course, I don't have any sample here of questions from my participants, but this could be a great way for you to check out what your participants are asking regarding the presentation you're delivering or presenting. So this is a fantastic way to keep your audience engaged, but also make it easier for yourself and the presenter. So if you want to liven up your next presentations or really engaging your audience in your next presentation or training, I would recommend that you use a Slido, as it is user-friendly and easy to use. Slido is absolutely free up to 100 participants and guarantees engagement at your next meeting. Thank you for watching and listening to today's video, and remember, being productive does not need to be difficult. In fact, it's very easy. Thank you for your time. Bye bye.